Hi, everybody. Welcome to another special production of Goflow here from New York metro area. I'm so glad that you're here with us today. This episode and video is going to focus on something that is really critical for e-commerce sellers and Amazon sellers in particular. It's social commerce. And to cover that topic, I have a special great friend from the industry, kind of a pioneer and trailblazer. I have the dear Ehud Segev. Ehud, how are you?
I'm very good, Yoni. So good to be here with you and discuss this amazing revolution.
Same here, same here. So you're the co-founder and CEO of Logie, and Logie is a trailblazing a platform for brands out there that want to expand and give basically more eyeballs and more exposure to their products through influencers. And so without further ado, I just want you to take us into the world of influencers and social commerce and the evolution of e-commerce into where we are today. And also after that dive into actually to Logi, show us around how does this plug and play kind of technology works and streamlines and automates things that sellers and brands can achieve great success at scale like never before using AI as well. And yeah, let's have fun with it.
I love it. I love it. But we can actually start with the understanding, Yoni, that what's going to happen on Amazon in the next 6 to 12 months is going to be so disruptive that there's going to be the time before this and the time after this. And all the brands that are currently sitting on the fence and not doing anything about it or not understanding what happens in front of their eyes, and we're going to take a look at it together. So every single seller that is watching this right now will also have that wake up moment. Before I watched this webinar and after I watched it, wow, I just understand now that everything is completely changing. And I'm sure that you felt it, right? You yourself, because you work with so many sellers and everything. What was your feeling about that craziness that is happening? And we're going to talk about it, but how it's like shifting into that thing that you mentioned, social commerce, because a lot of people don't even know what social commerce is. What's your take about it, Yoni?
I think we're all into it right now without even fully realizing it because every time I kind of use my phone, I immediately get stuck in some way somehow into a social platform, if it's LinkedIn or Meta platforms or Telegram, whatever it is, and all these thought leaders, all these people who, kind of say what I want to hear and they influence me. So if they say this is good or that is good, because I perceive them as authentic, I listen to them and I support them, and it feels like it's like a community approach almost, but not necessarily bound to the physical front or just people around me. It's global. It's people from all over the world that I can track and follow, admire their thought, their vision, or their opinion, whatever it is, and be a part of their story and their network, and that's where I live, and that's what influences me a lot. So, but this is gonna get more important, more intense because I do see the decline of traditional media. I don't have a TV in terms of like channels. I just don't have it. I don't have a newspaper. I don't read magazines. I don't
Crazy.
listen to radio. And that
It's
was the
just
whole
unbelievable. We grew up on these things. This was literally, you grew up, our parents listened to the radio. We were watching television, reading the newspaper every Friday. None of that exists anymore. Completely taken by social commerce. Now, some of the older people around us are, still maybe watching TV now and then. But if you have kids, or if you see the younger people, nobody's watching TV. Even when they want to watch Netflix, I see them watching Netflix on their phone. It's just unbelievable. But what you said before is even more critical. The idea that you, when you buy something, you buy it from someone like you. This sentence needs to echo and echo because some people forgot it when they heard that there is something called Amazon PPC. But Amazon PPC wasn't always there. You remember the time before Amazon PPC where we used to throw all our listings onto Amazon and just
magic. It
make
just
sure,
sells. Yeah.
yeah, you just made sure it's a good listing and it got a lot of sales and it sold. And then came the PPC game. But now PPC starts costing a lot more money and the return on ad spend is becoming harder and harder to achieve. Why? Because something is happening. And if you're not noticing it, you will notice it in a month, 2 months, 3 months. And what's happening is the disruption of AI in social commerce. And if we're going to take a look for a second on this slide that I have here, you'll immediately understand what I mean. So we're going to just read what it says. We have this one image. It says no commerce, shifting to commerce, moving to e-commerce, and now social commerce. And I'm showing it to you because each and every one of these 4 squares here represent a different time in history. Our company, Logie, the company that I launched, it's named after a guy named John Logie. John Logie Bird. John Logie was the guy who invented television 100 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But 100 years ago, before television was invented, much more than 100 years ago, there was a different way to spread the word. There was only one way to spread the word. You know what it was, Yoni?
The tribe, the social structure.
Exactly. Or in other words, word of mouth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Word of mouth. So basically, once this guy invented television, he didn't just disrupt the world, he disrupted the entire concept of selling and sharing your ideas and everything. All of a sudden, one signal, a million people watching it, and it's amazing. But fast forward to today, there's not one channel like the BBC back then that was streaming to a million viewers. Now you have a million channels, people like me and you that are streaming to billions. And if you don't understand that, then you're going to be stuck and you're going to lose all your money because you're going to start and you're going to pay more and more for ads and you're not going to understand why you're not ranking better, converting better, and making more money. But if you look at this image that I'm sharing on the screen right now, you will be there before others are going to crash. You're going to be at the top. You're going to be at the front because you understand this. Before that, before everything, there was no commerce. You used to go to someone's house and sit on their chair and say, oh my God, I love this chair. And then you'll say, how did you get this chair? And they would say, you know what? In the village behind us, in one of the little, corridors there behind the big church, there's a little person sitting and he's like, this carpenter, go there, tell him that I sent you. That was how it was, right? And then commerce came to be. This carpenter realized that he can't just sit in his house because people want to meet him and see him and he wanted to grow and become, capitalism became a thing, right? And then he started, getting his store to the public in the city hall, in the area where
The
everybody
industrial
comes and
area where it's made in not a small shop within the town, it's in the
exactly.
factory, and from the factory to the retail store.
That's amazing. So basically, the idea is that everything is changing a lot. When that happened, then the people that didn't have a store didn't have existence anymore. It was very hard to get to them. You
No, the
had to be in
people that were
this.
making in a shop, in the town and whatever, they shut down because all the one that said, okay, the new game is having a factory, and then you have all these outlet stores. That's the distribution, and I can sell not only one or two every once in a while. I can just dominate and
The,
become
the
an empire.
Industrial Revolution.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Industrial Revolution. If you didn't read the book Sapiens by Noah Harari, it's just amazing just to read how he explains it. But then something came that completely disrupted this commerce world. All
Mhm.
these stores and shops and malls have all been replaced by e-commerce. And those people that were fighting it and said to themselves, I'm making so much money in my store. I'm not going to go to this online, what do you call it? An inter what? Internet? You know,
Intercom.
intercom. It's just, and they were left behind. And now you go and you look at all these shopping malls, and these shopping malls look today like a nice FBA warehouse. It was just replaced because e-commerce took over everything and became one of the biggest things of retail.
Another thing here, at least in the United States, I believe in the past 20 years, they had a serious downsizing of the whole mall and brick and mortar scene. I believe more than a third of the store and storefronts just shut down. And
Unbelievable.
massive, massive scale.
People
Uh,
go out for shopping malls for entertainment. They go for restaurants. They go playing,
Movies, go to
bowling,
movies,
seeing movies.
cinema. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, grab a
So,
drink.
and and
Uh,
and and the brands literally use these shopping malls right now more as advertisement. So they need to have like a place there just to
it's like a
advertise their
showroom. It's
their
like a showroom. You
product.
can try
A
it, fit it on,
showroom.
especially for apparel. But
But
then,
people
you
go
can go
home and they
online.
order it
Yeah,
online.
yeah, yeah.
I know so many people who go check the clothes and then go back home and buy it on Amazon or on a different outlet.
Hmm.
So it's exactly what happened. But if Amazon sellers will not understand that this is going to be over in 6 to 12 months, they're going to lose a lot of money. And this is the truth. I've been doing this business, this huge big data company that I built in the past 4 years, and I have access to hundreds of millions of sale records from thousands of influencers all over America that are selling on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, on everywhere. And we just take all this data and we can tell you one thing that is for certain, for sure. If you're not going to be adapting yourself right now to social commerce, you are going to be left behind, and your competitors are going to be there with tons of amazing content by people that connect to other people, just like you said. Just like you said. You told me, I have these people that I follow on LinkedIn, I have these people that I follow. I have this special connection because you're Jewish,
My
Yoni.
people, it's my people.
It's your
Everybody wants to
people.
say I'm
You're
my
Jewish. It's a great
people.
example.
The entrepreneur
You have your
people,
yarmulke.
yeah, I do.
You
And
have your
yeah, the
yarmulke.
real estate people, it can be all types of people. Depends on hobbies, depends on business, depends on faith. But people want to be with their people. Of
That's
course, I
it.
have groups that are on the spiritual side, but it's also what's interesting. The groups are multilateral in terms of in categories. But in every kind of category, you find your people, and you want to be with your people and be like your people, and that influences you, especially if there's a leader in those groups or an
That's
influencer.
exactly what happens. That's exactly what happens. Every person, and here's where it's really amazing. Here's where it's really amazing. The next revolution, it wasn't, this high-speed internet or even the internet itself. The biggest revolution that's happening right now, and you know it, is AI.
Mm-hmm.
It's so revolutionizing everything. It's like the biggest thing that happened. But here's the thing, here's the catch. What is the one thing that AI cannot replace? Because it will replace everything, but there is one thing that it cannot replace. And what is it?
Human touch and authenticity and creative thinking.
You made it. That's it.
Hmm.
You just name it to everybody. There is one
That's what I
thing that
mentioned. He
is.
gave me the questions. He gave me the answers. I'm just answering the question. No, I was just kidding. Run for that.
I love it. I love it. You're brilliant. No, because people, once people understand it, because if you don't notice it, all the listings on Amazon started looking exactly the same.
Hmm.
All the images started looking exactly the same. All the videos are being created exactly the same. Why? Because everybody started using Amazon's AI generator. And if you have one LLM, one large language model, that is deciding how the title will look, what the bullets will say, everything will become the same, exactly the same,
Mm.
because the same AI model is creating everything from images to the video, the new AI video that Amazon is offering. All the videos look exactly the same. Change the product, put the product, but it looks the same. It's
So
not
let me stop
real.
right there. Let me start with there. So they're
Yeah,
leveling the playing field, which is
exactly.
good in one hand, but the other hand, it's very hard to differentiate. You need an edge, and what's that edge?
And the edge is the human touch, as you said before.
Mm-hmm.
And we see, and we heard it from one of your events that I attended, and one of the people there said that it is proven that people log into Amazon. And if I come here and I log into Amazon, so let me just come here and share the screen, and you're going to see something. So I go onto Amazon, boom, and let me share this. Oh, here's Amazon. People, when they go into a product, they don't even start scrolling down. They're always stuck at the top. But let's stop right here, because when you go on Amazon and you're searching for something, like I search for pastry brush here or search for anything you want, all of a sudden, boom, ads don't play the game anymore. What plays the game is what actual people are saying about this
Authentic, real
specific
person
products.
content, not just a AI video, whatever. It's real people talking to you and kind of telling
Real
you what it's like.
people talking about the product. This is someone that I can relate to, because I'm a man and I love doing pastries, just saying, whatever product you're looking at. But this, and when I go into a product, I will not go anywhere lower than this top side of the page. I don't remember who it was, but the credit goes to him. But people used to scroll down. Nobody scrolls down anymore unless it's an expensive product. But for $6.79, I'm not going to spend my precious time scrolling down. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit that. I'm going to look it here, and boom, I see all these videos, because this is what people want to see. People want to see someone like them using your product.
Mm-hmm.
And the people that don't understand that now you have that in your hero images, and as you scroll down, and for those that actually read the A listing, I just finished going down the A listing. The next thing I see is what? More videos. And if I check out on the checkout page, I will see even more videos.
More and more authenticity, and you got to play a part of that game. So let's plow this forward. So what are you saying? Well, how can you help us here?
So how can I help you? Let me see if I can. Do you see the pages as I scroll through them, or
Yeah,
you
I
still
see.
on
Yeah, I
WhatsApp?
see Logie now. Yeah, I see Logie.
Amazing. So this is what we've built. We've built these precision matched influencers, and we're the world's leading AI-powered affiliate marketing platform chosen by top influencers and brands.
Mm-hmm.
What do we do? So basically, I can play this, and while it's playing, I'll explain it to you. So here's what we do. By the way, do you hear the sound? I hope not. You
No, no
don't hear.
sound.
You don't.
No
Good,
sound. Yeah.
good. But basically, the way Logi works is it takes your product, whatever product you have, it doesn't matter, and it scans it. And it finds millions of data points, anything from the reviews to the hashtags to the price to the rating to every single aspect of your product. And then it's looking at every other product that actually sold that is related to your product.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's matching you with those creators that have already generated sales for similar products and are trending on Amazon, meaning
Mm-hmm.
that we're looking at we trained our AI on two very, very crucial things. We're looking at those people, and now our AI matches them, reaches out to them, sends them messages, make sure that they want to participate in your campaign. If they say yes, we ship them a sample. We do it automatically. Our AI finds them, reaches out to them, negotiates with them, sends them the sample, tracks all their content, pays them the commissions, everything, everything. It's just when you understand how transformative this entire technology is, it's crazy. We do the research, the matching, the outreach, the negotiation, the shipping, and finally, tracking and payment, all done automatically by AI agents. And it's so revolutionary that when people see it, they're like, but if you do everything, what do I need to do? If I'm a brand and I want to promote, what do I need to do? How do I get all these top influencers that are already trending on Amazon for the same products? How do I get them?
Mm-hmm.
You sign up to your Logi account, and all you do, I know it sounds crazy, but this is your Logi dashboard. And you see
Mm-hmm.
you have all these slots with like little icons of influencers that are just waiting for you.
Mm-hmm.
You select your brand. I just have a random brand here, and you grab the product you want to promote, let's say this one, and you just drag and drop it and you let go. And you say, okay, I also want to promote this one, but this one I want to promote with two influencers. So you can literally duplicate it twice. And I also want to promote one more product for three different influencers. So you drag and drop it and you just duplicate it 1, 2, and 3. And those products that you've just clicked here, once you hit that next button, our AI starts working for you and saves you what usually takes a brand between 4 to 8 weeks to search for influencers on Amazon, try to find their contact information, start sending them DMs, messages, emails, back and forth, negotiating. Will you take my product? Do you like it? Can you show me your, yada, 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 and then ship them the product, make sure they got it, ask them if they created the content and they never actually do the content. And you're like, what am I waiting here for? This is what every Amazon seller tells us when he had experience with influencers. You
No, but
just
let's say they did do the contact and they did generate revenue. They can't even prove it, so you're not gonna pay them. But maybe you're missing out. Maybe you could do it again and they'll make more revenue for you. But you're not paying them because it's no attribution. So the whole system is broken. It's def and it's hard to scale. So let me kind of backtrack and kind of summarize from my simple terms. You guys basically created the impossible for the little guys or the regular guys, where now they can create a whole network of affiliates working for them and influencers working for them and generating content about their products and
on
fraudulent
autopilot.
on autopilot. Yeah, automated with the hands up, plug and play. You plug it in and it plays, which is impossible because this would take weeks, months, or never, basically. And especially at scale. You're talking about just one influencer. You're talking about a whole network of them, a whole army of them working for you. So it's really unlocking the impossible. Same way that AI is unlocking so much impossible in terms of scale. People can all of a sudden write books, not just one book, multiple books. Like the amount of productivity is about to explode worldwide, and you're on the cusp of it when it comes to branding and social commerce. So just give the perspective of the macro and to the micro.
I love it, Yoni. And you said something that I had chills when you said it. Like you said, it can take weeks, it can take months, or it can take never. The second you said never, I had chills because so many brands are telling us, listen, we're still waiting for that influencer to create content 3 months later. And we literally sent him $100, whatever it is. And he's like, is unreachable, can't get to him. And they tell us, if we had a system that guarantees Guarantees, not like, it's not like maybe. They guarantee, give me a system that guarantees that for every influencer that I want to work with, it is guaranteed influencer that will guarantee that I will have content on my product listing and all these placements across Amazon, and that I don't need to guess if it's going to be a good influencer or not. But I know for a fact, like there is no way around it. I know for a fact that he is the perfect influencer for me because data proved it, not because he has 1,000 followers or 100,000 followers, because he was trending on Amazon for similar products, and we have data from Amazon. We know every content on Amazon from the day the influencer program opened. We started 4 years ago, and the day the influencer program started, we started with them, and we collected all this data. We didn't miss a bit. So even influencers that are no longer on Amazon, we know everything about them. It's crazy.
Let me ask you
And
this though. So that's all good, but the content that they generate and make, can you repurpose it or reuse it?
that's a wonderful question, and the answer is no. It is so important to understand. So
Mm-hmm.
in a second, I will actually show you your dashboard so people will see and they will blow their mind away. But you have to understand, if you want to use someone's content as your own, then I'm going to recommend a bunch of amazing, I have some friends in the industry that created amazing platforms for affiliate marketing and influencers. Those are great. They have amazing benefits. One of the biggest benefit that some of them offer you is the ability that you pay for content and you can use it. But we don't work with such influencers. So these UGC content, the user generated content that are willing to work for a small rate and give you the content are not the same like the ones that we get you, because the ones we get you are ones that have been proven, and the word is proven because we have data to support it. We are the only company, except for Amazon, that has the data of almost
No, the
every
beautiful thing
Amazon
about it is
influencer.
that they're purposing it to generate a sale. They're not just purposing it to have,
Exactly.
it's a very, very
And what's the
sales-driven
difference,
marketing.
Yoni? What's the difference if I take a UGC content and I just send him
No,
a
then you
free
have to figure
product?
it out. Then you have to still figure it out. They figure it out. They have an army of people listening and willing to buy. So I'm just highlighting the difference basically.
So what's the difference if I sent a free product to like a random person who I
The
get their
difference is
content,
it's
or
turnkey,
someone
it's
that
at scale,
makes
and
money?
you don't have to bother. So even if you create your own UGC and paid for it, which you might be thinking, oh, that's cool. Okay, I can control the content. But what are you gonna do with it? Who are you gonna feed it to? You don't have that eyeballs. They have the eyeballs built in, so you don't have to pay for all that at all. You got the eyeballs, and you get generate the
I'm going to
sales.
add to this. I'm going to add to this one of the things that will make you say, aha,
Mm-hmm.
if I give you my content and I never see it again, or I create content that I know that if that content sells, I will get recurring revenue from it,
Mm-hmm.
I will create different content.
It'll be the best content, possible.
Nobody will
Optimize
create
that.
the same content if you take their content and say, oh, here's a free product, make me a video.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference. When someone knows that they're getting paid, and for every sale that they will generate from that video, they will make an extra income, the entire perception changes. They're no
The
longer
energy will
just
be like no other. Yeah, I got it.
they're not just doing it to make it and get it done with. It's not like let me get it done with. No, like I need, some of our creators are making 4 and 5 figures a month on Logie. These guys are crushing it. They're making so much money on Logie. That is why they voted Logie. Logie has been voted by Amazon influencers as the #1 platform, a third-party platform for making extra commissions from brands.
Mm-hmm.
The #1 by most of the Amazon influencers.
Nice. So
And
anything.
almost
Mhm.
all active Amazon influencers are syncing their data into Logie automatically. So I apologize. So you have all these thousands of Amazon influencers that you know exactly what everyone sold at what time with what content, and our AI knows how to match them. So just think about yourself. Are you going to spend weeks trying to find the right ones, or you're just going to click a button and let the AI do the work for you without guessing, by knowing who
Yeah,
is
listen,
actually going to
you can
generate?
try to do both and make the best option win, and you're probably gonna be so behind trying to compete with the capabilities of login, the turnkey turnkey solution. So, if anybody has a doubt, try it out. I wouldn't waste the time. I'll just plug and play and use it. But did you want to show us any other features in
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah. So I
platform?
wanted to show you like what happened. So Logi is the simplest thing ever. So you don't need to be, worried or, overwhelmed when you start working with us. You basically choose a plan that is perfect for you. And the plan literally says, do I want to work with 10 influencers a month, or I want to work with 20 influencers a month? We have a very simple one, plans. And whatever plan you choose, we guarantee that these influencers will be working with you. So you saw how I'm dragging and dropping 10 different products. I guarantee that every product that you have added to that grid, you will get content for it, guaranteed. If not, you're getting your money back. We're giving you another content next month. You don't have to worry about it. You don't need to worry about shipping the sample, because once our back and forth negotiation with all these influencers and they say, I want it, we automatically ship the product to them. So you don't need to worry about shipping the product sample to the influencers. The influencers, we track everything. We make sure they got it. We make sure they create the content. We create a special brief for that creator and that product like this. Imagine brands used to make one brief for all their products and just upload the brief. No, we use AI. We're an AI company. So we take your product, we take everything we know about the influencer, and we create a unique brief for that influencer. We give them everything from hashtags to titles to description to scripts to thumbnails to images, everything. They can generate everything on Logie. That's why it's so powerful. Logie is a crazy beast when it comes to influencers. But for brands, it's so easy. You drag and drop, and the next thing you see is you go to your dashboard, and let's take a look together. Here's the dashboard. Look how simple this dashboard is. What do I see? I see all my metrics at a glance. I see all the content that was generated for me last month. I see all the sales that were generated, and I want to say something about the sales, because the sales are pretty much 20 or 30% of the sales that is actually happening on Amazon. And that is because Logie is using what's called last touch attribution. This is what Amazon is using. And we take our data directly from Amazon, so we don't just rely on influencers to tell us what they sold. We are syncing the data directly from Amazon. There is no human touch, and we can only track the last touch. Why is it so bad for influencer and so good for brands? Because if someone consumed that influencer's content and the next thing they did is click add to cart, we can track that as a sale. But if they left the page or watched a different thing or kept on going or anything else, and they did not click add to cart right away and checked out, then that last touch attribution is gone away. It's no longer there. So we can no longer track it. And the other really annoying part is that there is a big scam by a huge company called PayPal, that they have something called the Honey extension, and everybody can just go on YouTube and click the Honey extension scam. And what they do is they're pretty much good for Amazon shoppers, because they have like 20 million Amazon shoppers that use their extension. It's called the Honey extension. I don't want to promote it here, but I do anyway. But they steal the attribution from the creators. So when you're on Amazon and you see a product you like and you click that extension to see if there's a cheaper price or if there's a coupon code, that second you literally stole the commission that creator should have gotten. And we saw a big drop. When the Honey extension became very popular, we started seeing a drop because we see all the sales of everybody. We started seeing the drop. The more users have been added to that extension, the less money the influencers are making, and the more money PayPal are saying that they're making with this extension. We're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars. Let's take it home. Why is it good for you? Because you're only paying the influencers later after they create the content based on their sales. So if you can't track all their sales, you're not paying them a lot of money. So if you can only track 20 or 30% of their sales, then give them higher commissions. It's going to be better for you. I can give them, if for every sale that I can track, I actually see in my Seller Central that I sold 4, then I can give them 40%, and it's like I paid them only 10% per sale. You understand, like the psychology behind it? So it's a great idea for brands to take advantage of it. So I can see all the content. We are the only company that delivers you all the content in real time. In this case, you see there's a drop down that I can choose the time period. And I'm only looking at the last month, and I chose 4 brands to look at right now. And you can add all your brands to the system. And this is great for agencies that have a lot of brands and need to create a lot of content at scale. And Logie is literally taking care of everything. And you see exactly what was created. So I see 30 live streams last month, 206 shoppable videos, 32 posts on Amazon. I can see how much money I generated that I was able to track, and I can see this. This is probably Logie's biggest thing, because when people see that, they're like, oh my God, this is just unbelievable. Collaborations. 334 influencers have been reached out by our AI agents. 215 accepted. How much time? Let's stop everything. You only answered this question, everybody at home that is watching us or in his office or in his car. If you needed to actually go out and talk to 334 influencers in 1 month, how much time they will take you? What size
It's
of a team
impossible
do you need?
it's
It's
impossible to reach
impossible.
them. Yeah, it's 10 a day. It's
Impossible.
all your business will be all your resources of business will be just directed just for that, and that's not what you're in business for. You're in business to sell products. So this
Exactly. I love it. I love it. I love it. This is exactly what it is. And if you have a system that is AI based that does everything for you, wow. Wow. And you come here and you can see all the content that is being generated in real time, updating right here for you. It's just like, this is in real time. This is us. We collect data from Amazon every single minute, making sure that you never miss a bit. And you can
nice.
see how much sales you made all time, and you can see how much content. This is an amazing graph right here. This graph shows you how much content was generated every single day and how much sales you made that day that we were able to track. And you can
Basically in
literally,
Hollywood, that's it. You become a Hollywood Studios without
it's,
without all the
it's,
costs, and you don't have to live in California even. You could live you could be a digital nomad.
I'm telling you, it's amazing. And then you can actually come here and see your top 5 categories. So if you have multiple brands, you can see, and this is amazing because this is data that is taken from influencers. So you
Hmm.
can see that 40% of my income is coming from my clothing, shoes, and jewelry department and brand. And then from bedding and then outdoor, but health and household is like only 10%. So I can decide maybe I want to, you know, push it further and put more products for influencers for my beauty brand or whatever it is. And I can literally see my top brands here based on how much content was generated, how much sale. I can see everything. And here's another amazing thing that is happening. So let's say you're working with 40 influencers every month on Logie. You have 40 guaranteed influencers. After 3 months, you already have 120, over 100 influencers in 3 months. It's unbelievable. Guaranteed, guaranteed. There's no questions asked. Now you come here. Look how simple. Look how simple the Logie dashboard is. You hit create, new ad promotion, done. You can literally add every single promotion you have on Amazon, whether it's a best deal, Black Friday deal. Right now we're on Prime Day, for people will see it later, but right now Prime Day is happening. So all these brands added Prime Day deals. And when you add the information and you hit add deal, every influencer that ever received your product or other influencers that I can talk a little bit about in a second, they all get notification. Hey, remember this brand you were promoting? They have a brand new deal happening on Amazon. You don't want to miss out. You want to take this deal and you want to promote the hell out of it because you know that the more sales you make, the more commissions you make. So this is why it's so powerful, right? And and like one place that you can add a deal and you know that we're going to distribute it. Everybody on their bell notification in the app are going to see it. They're going to get an email every day that tells them, hey, here are the deals that just, dropped.
Command center. That's what becomes a communications and command center to the masses, to your army of influencers. Pretty cool.
But one of the most amazing things about Logi, and that's something that everybody needs to understand, is that there is zero communication between the brands and the influencers. And I think that is the biggest thing that Logi ever did. And I always tell that this will be what will be written on my grave. It will say, Ehud is the one who completely removed communication between brands and influencers. I know it's so
Hallelujah.
disruptive.
Hallelujah. You have tens of millions of people coming and putting flowers. Thank you for not,
I'm telling you,
helping
because
us
until
scale and they
now,
become so successful. Yeah.
and that's the disruptive secret. Because until now, every other platform that you're using right now, everybody put your hand on your heart and and just confirm what I'm saying right now. Every influencer platform I ever used, you can repeat after me. Every
Every
influencer platform
influencer platform I ever used
asked me
asked me
to reach out to influencers.
to reach out to influencers.
And let's stop right now because every platform you have to go and you start filtering down and you start getting emails and messages and sending messages and
Yeah,
negotiating and all
basically you
that
have to
stuff.
become
Just
this quasi-employer of these people who are just, by definition, they're just all over the place. There's, free spirits of their own, mind, and it's impossible to collect and put them all together. But you built that tech and skill, so that's.
and when people will watch this recording, because a lot of people are going to watch it, this recording is going to stay alive for years and people will look back. It's true. When I decided I'm going to found a new startup company and I want it to be really revolutionary, and I knew that I'm coming from the influencer world because I published my own book on Amazon that became a #1 bestseller. That's how I got into Amazon, by making my own book become a #1 bestseller. And my book is
Mhm.
called 9 Steps to Influence, so you can check it out.
Get
Nine
the book,
Steps to
guys.
Influence. Yeah,
Yeah.
so influencing people is very, very important. And I knew that I need to take influencing and take that knowledge that I have with Amazon, combine it into, and I just sat down and I said, what is the one thing only that I can do that will disrupt the industry? Just one thing, Yoni. And the answer was remove the one thing that takes the most money, the most time, the most resources.
Energy,
That
yeah.
one thing is that
Communication.
communication. And when I realized it, I said, but it's impossible. You have to talk to them. But then AI came into the picture. We became an OpenAI partners before even nobody knew what OpenAI is or ChatGPT. We were their partners back at the time when we used ChatGPT. It wasn't Chat, it was GPT 2.5. It was the most hallucinating thing, but that's what we gave our influencers in the beginning to create content. But that's how we started. And today we are very happy to say that we're the only platform that is 100% AI, generated content for influencers and 100% AI to actually create those amazing matches on autopilot that nobody else can match. It's just amazing how it works.
Okay, so
So
if somebody wants to kind of check it out and use it, you have any, I don't know, offer, idea? What are we doing here?
yeah, we have to have an offer. I know that it's very hard, but I have to. What can you do? I know everybody wants to pay us $1 million without getting anything in return, but
Well,
what can you do? You want to be nice to people. So we do have a special offer. And the special offer is that anyone that's going to come with that's watching this video and wants to try us out is going to get double everything. What do I mean? I mean that when they will use Logi and they will, let's say, take a package that guarantees that they'll have 10 influencers every single month guaranteed, they will get 20. If they take the package that guarantees 20 influencers a month, they will get 40. And let me tell you, the 20 influencers a month guaranteed with all these dashboard and all the tools and all the follow-up and all the content and see everything on your dashboard, that costs $997 a month. $1,000 a month. That's what the 20 influencers a month cost. And it's already an amazing deal. Why? Because not only are you getting the top influencers and you're not spending time guessing, but you're actually getting the actual top influencers for you, but the price you pay per influencer is ridiculous. If you think about it, $1,000 a month, 20 influencers, that's like $50. And I'm getting a top influencers that I didn't have to do anything, but because I'm doubling it, so you're actually paying and you're getting 40 influencers. That is
how
where
can they
you're
claim it? What can they do? I think we created a page for them to go and scan and get the offer. I can share my screen real quick so they can scan the code if they like. Let me just bear with me, guys. This is a special kind of promo offer. Basically, they'll give you double anything that you touch there, you get double. This is for GoFlow clients, customers, and followers. You just scan this code or just visit goflow.us/logie and you'll get the double down commitment and promotion. So once again, Logie is gonna give you an edge, but with this code, you'll get a double edge. I highly recommend that you go for it.
I love it. I
Go
love it.
flow for it.
Yeah, and you will get an invitation code once you use it. Like you fill up your information, you fill out your information, and we'll let you have that double because there's no way to actually make it the double offer. It's something that we have to do manually to go inside and allow you to have more uh, options in the grid to drag and drop more of your products. You can drag the same product 5 times, 10 times if you want to really push it, but you can always change. Every month you can go in and change your blueprint, and the next month, boom, new influencers are going to be matched, new products are going to be shipped. It's all on autopilot. So I feel like people cannot just wait and say, oh, maybe we will test it later. Maybe we will check it out. Because if you don't double down now, and you get as much content as you can now before Amazon is going to start charging you money for it. Because Amazon, you know how they work. This all influencer videos you see everywhere right now it's free placement. And you have all these hijacking that your content can be on other people's pages.
Listing, yeah, listing,
And
yeah.
if you're not creating enough content, then they will be on your pages. You have to protect yourself. If you have zero content, that means that 100% other brands are going to show in
Yeah,
your
I'll
listing.
make it short. This is the real unique moment of first mover's advantage. First mover
Exactly.
advantage. First mover.
Exactly.
So take that wave, grow with it, and once you hopefully make enough money or capital, just be on and looking for the next thing and just be like that. Be edgy. That's typically what I see in the past decade. The most successful players out there. The first movers, they're edgy, they're smart because they know they'll make a wave, then the wave might kind of subside or whatever it is. So they're already on kind of lockdown for the next one. But they're dynamic and they're edgy. Okay, I just wanna thank you so much. It's amazing. We appreciate the insights, the opportunity here to tap into this and also get the promotion. I do want to kind of start closing things off. If you're watching this and you're already a GoFlow client, a user, that's great. But if you're not too familiar, I want to take a moment here to kind of refresh your memory to make sure you understand what is the opportunity that we provide. I'll keep it short and sweet. GoFlow, we're an operating system. Okay, we're an operating system for e-commerce sellers. We call this in short a multi-channel operating system. So whether you sell on a single channel or multiple channel, you can basically enjoy all these functions of the business. First thing is forecasting, so you know exactly how many units you should buy on the unit or the brand or the channel or whatever it is, from the micro to the macro, it's all there. And then you can generate a purchase order, okay? Then we communicate with the suppliers, and then you get the inventory. Once the inventory is received, you can feed it and adjust it with all the quantities with all your channels, and of course optimize all your listing and manage your catalog and your images all in one place instead of being all over the place. And then once everything's optimized, boom, and you have Logie plugged in, orders come in. They start to come in. You got to fulfill them, okay? You got to fulfill them and start shipping them. You got to pick and pack it in the warehouse and stuff like that. We have those functions as well. And then on the shipping level, if you're using FBA, great. But if not, you have to actually send it yourself. You can plug in your carrier, UPS, FedEx. You get the best rates and also meet the deadlines of the delivery. And after everything's said and done, you get some analytics. What happened the last month, last quarter, this quarter versus that quarter, this year versus last year's seasonality, all to one place, turnkey, plug and play, much like Logi, but on the infrastructure level of the operations. On Logi, it's really a go-to-market and exposure and growth from there. So the combination of both, I think, is a killer move. And of course, if you want to check us out and see it in action, just scan this code. It's goflow.us/demo. You can get the demo. We can really kind of blow your brains out when it comes to operations and make it smooth and simple and plug and play. And don't forget the Logie promo, goflow.us/Logie, or scan this code. And that's it. I want to close out the episode. Thanks again, Ehud. Any last words?
I just want to thank you for the opportunity, and I want to tell everybody I can't wait to have you a part of Logie, and I'm sure that you're going to enjoy the ride so much.
Go flow for it, baby. Okay, take care, everybody. Bye for now.